Ladies and gentlemen, ahead of the 2024 elections, you and I have to make a choice which will affect our future generations. What is the kind of government we want to elect to power? Who will carry forward the ethics and sanskar that we value? And what principles will be shaping our Bharat? In 2015, Prime Minister Modi began the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao initiative. 5 years later, Priyanka Gandhi wrote, "Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon." Both have raised slogans, but it is up to us to decide who really will act upon it. This question weighs heavy today with the Madhya Pradesh elections around the corner. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan and his wife held Kanya Pujan as they reverently washed the feet of young girls. For them, it was a manifestation of Sanatan Dharma or worshipping of girls, which many people do on Ashtami and Navmi. But the Congress's Digvijay Singh has lashed out. He has dismissed it as Nautanki and said that even the Prime Minister is looking and getting wary of Shivraj Singh Chouhan. Watch the war of words between the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh and Digvijay Singh.
मुख्यमंत्री की तो बात मत करो, इससे बड़ा मैं समझता हूं कि झूठा और नाटक नौटंकी वाला करने वाला मुख्यमंत्री मैंने नहीं देखा, व्यक्ति मैंने नहीं देखा। अब तो नरेंद्र मोदी जी भी इससे खतरा महसूस कर रहे हैं कि इतना बड़ा नौटंकी, हमसे बड़ा नौटंकबाज कैसे हो गया ये।
बेटियों की पूजा को आप नाटक नौटंकी कहते हैं। आप जैसी घटिया सोच वाले आप इतने निचले स्तर पर उतरे आए, घटिया स्तर पर उतरे आए कि बेटियों की पूजा का विरोध कर रहे हैं। आज मैं मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी से पूछता हूं, मैडम सोनिया गांधी से पूछता हूं, क्या बेटी की पूजा नाटक नौटंकी है? कांग्रेस का स्टैंड क्या है? क्या वो बेटियों की पूजा के खिलाफ है, कन्या पूजन के खिलाफ है?
The BJP, in fact, has reminded the Congress party stalwarts of Madhya Pradesh how they have repeatedly disrespected women with sexist comments. While Priyanka Gandhi says, "Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon," let's remind you of what Kamal Nath and Digvijay Singh have said in the past about women.
हमारे उम्मीदवार हैं, सरल स्वभाव के, सीधे साधे हैं, ये तो करेंगे, ये उसके जैसे नहीं है। क्या उसका नाम, जो क्या उसका नाम लो, आप तो उसको मेरे से ज्यादा पहचानते हैं। आपको तो मुझे पहले ही सावधान कर देना चाहिए था। ये क्या आइटम है, ये क्या आइटम है?
थोड़ी सी बात पता पड़ जाता है कौन फर्जी है कौन सही है। ये 100 टच माल है।
Incidentally, today the Congress has also given a ticket to Murli Morwal from Badnakar. Remember, earlier on, Congress had denied him a ticket after his son, Karan, was accused of rape. Today, however, the Congress seems to have made a compromise. Listen in to how they try and defend this action because Morwal actually sheltered his son who was allegedly called a rapist.
मुरली मोरवाल के ऊपर क्या आरोप है? बीजेपी को क्या चिंता हो रही है उनसे? ना मुरली मोरवाल के ऊपर कोई ऐसा आरोप है जिसपे उनको टिकट नहीं दिया जाए?
उनके बेटे पर रेप के आरोप।
मुझे लगता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऐसे ऐसे नेता मौजूद हैं जिनके अगर परिवार की हम खाक छानेंगे तो बहुत कुछ होगा।
देखिए, जिनके नेता स्वयं महिलाओं को आइटम कहते हो, वो अंत में टिकट तो मुरली मोरवाल को ही देंगे, क्योंकि इनाम है कि उनके बेटे ने जो मध्य प्रदेश की महिला के साथ व्यभिचार किया था। और हम पहले भी कहते थे कि जब उनका बेटा फरार था वो कमलनाथ के बंगले पर था। आज ये तय हो गया है कि कमलनाथ का एक विशेष प्रेम है महिला विरोधी और अपराधियों के साथ, और ये इस लिस्ट में भी नजर आता है।
In Newshour replay today, we want to remind you how Times Now has always been on the forefront of fighting for women's rights. Even at the time of Murli Morwal, we fearlessly put some direct questions to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Watch how she had dodged our direct questions on whether she would stand up for the woman rather than Karan Morwal and his MLA father.
आपका सवाल।
Ma'am, you've rightly brought up the issue of women in politics and the kind of empowerment that they deserve. I wanted to ask you about a case from Madhya Pradesh, wherein Karan Morwal, who's the son of Congress MLA from Ujjain, he's been accused of rape and he's been absconding for the last 6 months.
I'm sorry, but we are restricting questions only to this issue.
This is about women empowerment, Supriya ji.
No, this is a historic issue. I will not let any other questions be asked. Please respect my prerogative. This is a historic issue.
Do one thing. Shall we have a separate interview and I'll answer your question?
Just one,
we cannot have
reaction
you
on this, ma'am.
Next question, please.
So the legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight, is Nari Shakti now merely a Nautanki for the Congress party? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining me on the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Sanjay Jha, author and suspended Congress leader, Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst and close aide of Kamal Nath, prospective, or what should I say, the chief ministerial candidate in Madhya Pradesh, and Dr. Suman C. Raman, political analyst, who will join us in just a bit. But first up, I want to ask Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, really? Kanya Pujan is really Nautanki? Is that how Mr. Digvijay Singh and the Congress look at it? After all, it's the same Mr. Digvijay Singh who said one of his colleagues was Tanch Mal, and you heard how Kamal Nath also called Imrati Devi, there he was referring to and calling her item. Is this really the Congress that says they respect women and ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon? I want to ask you this direct question.
Navika, you're a woman, and I have a huge amount of respect for what you and many women in India are doing, both at work and at home. And it's fantastic. And I think women in India don't get their dues. I need to be very honest about it. There are a couple of points, though, that we need to really look at when we see political conduct. You know, Navika, I think the Congress is extremely justified in questioning the way the BJP only does synthetic lip service or cosmetic manipulation of people for basically saying that we care. Let's look at 2 examples. There are many, but I'll give you 2. You have the situation of Manipur that we have talked about since the month of May. You really think that the government of the BJP and the one at the center, the double engine Sarkar, is so incompetent or ignorant that they had no clue that a woman had been gang raped and her relatives killed, and they did nothing, said nothing? I mean, the Prime Minister had to be coaxed into talking about it. The wrestlers of India who have represented us in global competitive arenas and brought us gold medals have to beg to be heard. And this is about an accusation against a BJP MP of being a sexual molester or a predator, allegedly. Let's wait for the final, results to come out on that. But how can you behave like this with women? I mean, look at Madhya Pradesh and the Ujjain situation. I mean, what really is going on? I mean, these are serious issues. And then you look at Kathua, you look at Unnao, you look at Hathras. The issue is not that the rapes happened. There were attempts to try and deflect attention. What was immoral was an attempt to protect people because they had a BJP link. I mean, that's terrible. That's awful.
Sanjay Jha, my God, your hypocrisy, I mean, it just takes my breath away. I completely agree with you that all of these instances that you mentioned are something that horrify anybody. But how can you forget Rajasthan, the rape capital? And let me ask Tehseen Poonawala, how can you forget the fact that Kanjak Puja or Kanya Puja is something which is part of our culture, which we've done, and you pick that up and call it Nautanki? And how can you forget the fact that in your Madhya Pradesh, where all this is being said, Murli Morwal has been given a ticket when in the past the Congress has tried to hold back the ticket but given it to him this time. His son is an alleged rapist who was protected by his father. आज उसको आप दे रहे हो. आपको गलतियां सिर्फ बीजेपी की नजर आती हैं, अपनी एक भी नहीं नजर आती. Selective तहसीन पूनावाला.
Thank you, Navika ji, for having me on the show. And you're right, Kamalnath ji will be Chief Minister 3rd December. Mark karo 140 plus seats. Or swearing in ceremony mein I'll give Times Now a bite. But here is the question with Mulli bhai.
Bite आप पूरी debate पे आइएगा.
आप पूरी debate पे आओगा. But here's the question. Who is the government in Madhya Pradesh? BJP. Mulli bhai, whatever his son has done wrong, I don't stand up for it. BJP should, how can Mulli bhai or Kamalnath protect his son? I'll tell you what happened in this case. 4 tickets have been changed by the Congress. 3 I'm involved in. I know about this. Mulli bhai didn't want to contest earlier on. He said he's not contesting. He wanted to contest Lok Sabha. But Sunil's report, because the Congress report changes, says he's the best candidate to win. Therefore, he's been asked to contest. It has nothing to do with his son. Two others are different issues. Yes, okay. I'm telling you this as a matter of fact. Now, please, Navika ji, please allow me. I absolutely take your point. In fact, you know that like Sanjay, I have a lot of respect for you. You stand up for women. And I take your point, politics should be clean. And I think it's fair you're asking this question of the Congress. But the BJP sitting MP is accused of molesting women, says Delhi police. He pushed your reporter. He will not resign. There he gives a bite on women empowerment. BJP has no right to preach to the Congress. That Congress should even be further improved. I agree with you. But Murli Bhai's case has got nothing to do with his son. He earlier didn't want to contest. Now he's contesting.
Murli Bhai is a model candidate, Gaurav Bhatia. The answers only need to come from you and your party. Yes, Gaurav Bhatia.
Yeah. See, even the Congress party knows that the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to register a momentous victory in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan, in Chhattisgarh, and that is why such statements are coming. But these people are habitual offenders. You very rightly pointed out to the statements made by Digvijay Singh when he said Tanch Mal, Kamal Nath when he is calling a member of the SC/ST community a woman item, and there is no remorse. And the questions will be asked to Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra Gandhi. You remember the UP campaign, Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu. Out of the 403 seats, they could get only 2. क्योंकि लड़कियों ने कहा हमें लड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, मैं लड़की हूँ, पढ़ सकती हूँ, लड़की हूँ, आगे बढ़ सकती हूँ. बीजेपी की सरकारें हैं केंद्र में और प्रदेश में. बट नौटंकी कहना, नाविका, I am forced to ask this question to both the panelists. Would they have the courage to say the same for a ritual of a person professing Islam as a religion? No, they would not. इतनी हिम्मत नहीं होगी नौटंकी, नाटक, ये सब शब्दों का इस्तेमाल करे. और नौटंकी ये होती है कि बंद गले के सूट के ऊपर जनेऊ पहन ले, दिखाने के लिए कि चुनावी हिंदू और जनेऊधारी हिंदू है. नौटंकी ये होती है जो कल सोनिया गांधी जी कर रही थी. Her party had called Lord Ram fictional character, and yesterday she was participating in Ram Leela. क्यों? मालूम है, पता है चुनाव आ गए हैं, वोट चाहिए. Now coming to the issue of women empowerment, we all know how historical women reservation bill was passed by the parliament and a constitutional amendment was brought. But you rightly said the rape state of India is Rajasthan. 6,337 rapes. Have you heard Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, Rahul Gandhi, Kharge ji even speak about it? Second, the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, rather than punishing the perpetrators of crime, goes on to say half the complaints are fake. Their own MLA, Divya Mardena, she says that it is even unsafe for me, leave alone the residents who are there in Rajasthan. And also, I must say, there is a minister, in fact, he said, मर्दों का प्रदेश है, इसलिए रेप होते हैं. Such is the mentality. तो जब हम कन्या पूजन करते हैं, which is part of our culture, we are talking about culture that belongs to every citizen in Bharat, and they believe in Rome culture, not Ram culture. So therefore they make fun of it, but people will give a very befitting response to them. Thank you.
What's your fact check? No, if it's a fact check, Sanjay Jha, what's your fact check?
Please.
Yeah, I'll tell you my fact check. During 4 years in a row, when Mr. Chouhan has been the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, It was called the rape capital of India.
Yeah.
I don't know what the latest data is. I don't have access to that information.
Obviously, आपको access नहीं होगा क्योंकि वहाँ राजस्थान है. You will not have that data at your fingertips because Rajasthan has beaten Madhya Pradesh if Madhya Pradesh was ever there.
4 years in a row.
He doesn't even know. And he's sitting here.
Obviously.
And of course, we know who said 50 crore.
You don't know, Sanjay Jha. You are coming straight from the Gandhi house.
One minute, gentlemen. Allow me to come in.
ये रहा डेटा, रुकिए.
मैं एक लाइन
ये नाविका ये डेटा पढ़ दूं जरा 10 seconds NCRB data in my hand.
Okay, all right.
In my hand.
Yes, sir.
NCRB data.
रैंकिंग भी पढ़ दीजिएगा.
ठीक है. So Rajasthan, the number of rape incidents 6,337, and I must say that even one is shameful wherever it happens in the country. But since he was talking about Madhya Pradesh, the number of incidents are 2,947. So therefore, the crime rate in Rajasthan is twice the crime rate of Madhya Pradesh when it comes to rape incidents. NCRB data of 2021, the latest data that is available. Mr. Sanjay Jha and Tehsil. Thank you.
Well, हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी, एक कहानी है जो डेटा से आती है और दूसरी है जो शब्दावली से आती है. जब टंचमाल कहा जाए, अगर कन्या पूजन हो और उसको नौटंकी कहा जाए, तो आपको इंप्रेशन क्या मिलता है? आपको लगता है कि आपके धर्म का, आपके कल्चर का, आपकी रिचुअल्स का मजाक उड़ाया जा रहा है, या आप एक ऐसा सिग्नल देते हैं कि नारी के बारे में आप कुछ भी कहकर निकल सकते हैं, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता और हमारी राजनीति, हम इसमें जो भी कहें किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए क्योंकि ये है इलेक्शन टाइम, और ऊपर से हम टिकट देंगे तो मुरली मोरवाल को ही देंगे क्योंकि वो विनेबल कैंडिडेट हैं. उनके बेटे को छुपाने का उन पर आरोप हो, उनके बेटे के खिलाफ एक्यूजेशंस हो रेप की, ये कोई मायने नहीं रखता क्योंकि चुनाव का समय है, सब जायज है. क्या ये सही है?
नविका जी, अब ये जायज नहीं है और मुझे लगता है कि 70-75 सालों के बाद इतना सबक जनता ने सिखाया, उसके बाद भी कांग्रेस पार्टी इस चीज को सीखने समझने को तैयार नहीं. हम लोग जब कहते हैं कि यत्र नार्यस्तु पूज्यन्ते रमन्ते तत्र देवता, जब हम हर बात में कहते हैं कि मातृशक्ति हमारे लिए सबसे आगे है, जब हम कहते हैं कि जब हमारे देश में राजशाही थी तब भी राजमाता के वचन के आगे कुछ नहीं चलता था, जब हम कहते हैं कि हमारे देश में जब कृषि प्रधान समाज था तो महिलाएं सबसे आगे खड़ी होती थी, जब हम कहते हैं कि इस देश में कन्या पूजन जब हम करते हैं तो ये हम नहीं देखते हैं किस जाति की, किस वर्ग की, किस क्षेत्र की कन्या है, और हम अगर दशहरे के दिन ये जितने फ्रॉड सेकुलर हैं, ये अगर किसी भी मंदिर के सामने चले जाएं, इनको आश्चर्य होगा कि जिस देश में ये कहते हैं कि महिलाओं के लिए जाति के नाम पर इतना कुछ भेदभाव होता है, वहां छोटे बड़े हर समाज के लोग लाइन लगाकर कन्याओं को खोजते हैं, उनकी पूजा करते हैं. ये उनके उस जो यत्र नार्यस्तु पूजन्ते उस भाव को स्थापित करने के लिए होता है. और अगर दिग्विजय सिंह, जो एक बड़े राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री रहे, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता राहुल गांधी के सलाहकार के तौर पर जाने जाते हैं, अगर वो इस तरह से मजाक करते हैं तो शायद उनको बहुत आसानी होगी, क्योंकि उनके लिए तो 26/11 आरएसएस की साजिश होता है. वो महिला के लिए किसी भी तरह की भद्दी से भद्दी टिप्पणी इस्तेमाल कर लेते हैं. और कमाल ये कि इतने संवेदनशील विषय पर संजय झा जी वो खिचड़ी पका रहे थे, वो इस विषय पर कोई बात नहीं रख पाए, वो खिचड़ी पका गए. खिचड़ी भैया कभी कभी अच्छी लगती है, कभी मुद्दे पर बात कर लिया कीजिए. आप लोगों का संकट यही हो गया है कि वॉट अबाउटरी के अलावा आप लोग कोई फैक्ट, कोई एविडेंस, कोई प्रूफ, लॉजिक तक की बात नहीं करते हैं. और सबसे दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कि हिंदू आस्था, हिंदू पर्व, हिंदू जो भी मान्यता है उसको खारिज करने में आपको कुछ नहीं लगता, क्योंकि आपके लिए तो राम भी मिथ है, आपके लिए तो कोई भी ऐसी बात मजाक बन जाती है, लेकिन जनता इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं करती है. समय बदल चुका है.
संजय झा,
इनको संक्षेप में जवाब देना चाहूंगा कि सबसे पहले तो भाई साहब आपने कहा कि 75 साल में जनता ने कांग्रेस को सिखाया, कांग्रेस ने नहीं सीखा. भैया इतना तो राजनीति पढ़ के आइए, क्योंकि उस 75 साल में कांग्रेस पार्टी दिल्ली में जनता के बहुमत से लगभग 10 चुनाव, जनरल चुनाव जीती और 55 साल तक देश को चलाया है। तो जरा पढ़ लिख के आइए। दूसरी बात, इतना लंबा चौड़ा भाषण दे दिया आपने, मणिपुर का जिक्र नहीं किया आपने हमारे जो चैंपियन, जो हमारे जो हम देश की इज्जत के लिए लड़ते हैं, देश के लिए कीर्तिमान लाते हैं, उस पर एक शब्द नहीं बोला। अरे इतनी पाखंडी बनावटी राजनीति, आप हिंदी में लोगों को बेवकूफ बनाने की कोशिश मत कीजिए। भारत की जनता बहुत समझदार है।
आपको क्या लगता है हिंदी में अगर कोई कुछ कहता है तो वो लोगों को बेवकूफ बना रहा है? अंग्रेजी गिटर पिटर बोलने से आपकी बात में दम आ जाता है। हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी, जवाब दीजिए आज आप।
नहीं, देखिए, संजय झा जी की जो ये मानसिकता है, सबसे पहले तो मैं आपका धन्यवाद करता हूं नविका जी कि हिंदी हो या अंग्रेजी, कभी आज तक मुझे दिक्कत नहीं हुई आपके शो पर। मैं सचमुच आपका थैंकफुल हूं। लेकिन संजय झा जैसे लोग, ये मुश्किल यही खड़ी होती है, इनको सब कुछ एक डिवीजन वाले नजरिए से देखना है। हिंदी इंग्लिश भी इनके लिए भाषा नहीं है, इनके लिए कम्युनिकेशन के मीडियम नहीं है, इनके लिए उसमें भी एलिटिस्ट मानसिकता है कि ये अप्रोच है जो खतरनाक तरीके से देश को विभाजित कर रही है। संजय झा, इससे बाहर निकलिए। आप कांग्रेस में भी इसीलिए आपकी बात कोई नहीं सुनता है क्योंकि आप ज्यादा जहर उगलने लगे। आप भाषा के नाम पर, वर्ग के नाम पर, जाति के नाम पर, महिला पुरुष के नाम पर कितना विभाजन करिएगा?
बिल्कुल हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी, ना आपको कभी दिक्कत हुई ना मुझे कभी दिक्कत हुई। अगर मैं इंग्लिश बोल सकती हूँ तो मैं हिंदी भी बोल सकती हूँ, बांग्ला भी बोल सकती हूँ, पंजाबी भी बोल सकती हूँ, और मुझे किसी भाषा में कोई दिक्कत, कोई छोटापन महसूस नहीं होता। मैं अगर टाइम्स नाउ पर एक शो एंकर करती हूँ 9 बजे, तो 8 बजे टाइम्स नाउ नव भारत में हिंदी में भी शो एंकर कर सकती हूँ। तो मुझे कम से कम संजय झा जी के लैंग्वेज सर्टिफिकेशन की जरूरत नहीं है। बट लेट मी गेट इन आनंद रंगनाथन, who's been amused and who's been watching this exchange for a while. Anand Ranganathan, there is no two ways that we condemn what happened in Manipur, and on this channel you and I have debated what happened in Manipur and the acts of omission and commission that happened during that time. But can Manipur be the explanation for everything wrong that happened since then, especially when an Indian ritual, a tradition, the Kanya Pujan, or as in Punjabi we call them Kanjagon ki puja, anything can be ridiculed and called a Nautanki. And when Gaurav Bhatia raises the question, can they say this about any other religion? Or is the only secularism that they demonstrate in respect of the Hindu religion?
Good evening, Navika. There are 3 points here, but first of all, before I delve into them, and it's a very serious issue because we're talking about women and abuse of women, principally that it amounts to that. But I just want to say that I take grave objection to what my good friend Sanjay Jha said about Harshvardhan ji. Speaking in Hindi or English or any other language or Tamil is immaterial as long as you state facts, and which is what Harshvardhan ji was saying.
Using the language to fool people because it's an English channel. He's speaking in Hindi to fool the
Sanjay,
people.
this is.
They may not understand what he's trying to convey. That's all.
You know, Sanjay Jha,
Navika,
people understand.
बीजेपी spokesperson तो भाजपा के प्रवक्ता है, वो पत्रकार नहीं प्रवक्ता है.
This is even worse. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying he's a...
Because Sanjay Jha is the certification authority. आप इंग्लिश बोले कि हिंदी बोले, कौन सी लैंग्वेज प्योरिस्ट है, नहीं, वो सर्टिफिकेशन करेंगे. फैक्ट्स उनके कितने सही है या नहीं वो नहीं देखना उनको, उस पे कोई सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं है. लेकिन हिंदी बोले, इंग्लिश बोले, पत्रकार है, बीजेपी है, ये सारी सर्टिफिकेशन की अथॉरिटी संजय झा है. संजय झा थोड़ा सा ज्यादा हो गया आज. बट आनंद रंगनाथन, कंटिन्यू.
Thank you. And Sanjay, this is very...
You've spoken for at least 7 minutes now, off and on. I haven't even spoken for 30 seconds, Sanjay. Come on, please. Let's maintain some decorum here. Please allow me. Thank you. Navika, it is a fact that not only in Manipur, when you vehemently, and I was there on all your panels, vehemently condemned the goings on in Manipur, you were one of the first people. It was a very emotional show during Hathras as well. You completely condemned and took to the cleaners the state government and the administration. So for anyone to point fingers that you are selective is totally not on. Secondly, I just want to state for the record here that when the Manipur issue was being discussed, Sanjay Jha castigated each and every person who legitimately brought out the crimes against women in Congress-ruled states, saying that you are indulging in whataboutery. This is exactly what he has done today. First up, Whenever you talked about the women being abused by people from the Congress or the instances in Rajasthan, as my good friend Gaurav brought about, the only response of Sanjay was, what about Nari? This was the same response of Tehseen as well. But the truth is, when it comes to misogyny of the Congress, Navika, my cup runneth over. There is Digvijay Singh, who addressed his own compatriot, Miss Natarajan, as 100% Tanchmal. There is Kamal Nath, who addressed his own women compatriot as item. There is Abhijit Mukherjee, who called protesting women as dented and painted. There is Sri Prakash Jaiswal, who said, as time passes, women get old and become not as fun as they used to be. And ever since Miss Smriti Irani defeated Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, she has been borne the brunt of such virulent attacks. There is Jaideep Kawade, who said Smriti Irani wears a big bindi on her forehead, and when a woman changes her husband frequently, the size of the bindi keeps growing. There is Shashank Bhargava, who says Smriti Irani roams around with a lot of bangles in her hand, and I request her to give the Prime Minister her bangles and whatever else she wants to sell to roll back the fuel price hike. There is Ajay Rai, who says Smriti Irani comes to Amethi only to show latke jhatke. There is Sanjay Nirupam, who says Smriti Irani thumke lagati hai. So it just goes on and on and on. And let me tell this about this Congress giving Murli Morwal, who protected his rape accused son, a ticket on the pretense that he said he was victim shaming. Mr. Morwal said that the woman, the victim, who said that his son had committed rape, only did it because he was forcing his son to marry her. This is the kind of people Congress is giving tickets. But the fact of the matter is, they never outrage. When the BSP selects as a candidate a man who offered 51 crores to anyone who beheaded Charlie Hebdo journalist, or when Mehbooba Mufti selects a rape accused as candidate, or condones the death of Anita, I can go on and on and on. The fact of the matter is just 2 points here. Number one, why this selectivity? I asked even Tehseen now, and finally I want to ask Tehseen point blank. Can you please tell me, my good friend Tehseen, please answer yes or no. Why was Kamal Nath sacked as Punjab in charge by Sonia Gandhi in 2016? Just answer this question.
He wasn't sacked. He decided to focus on Madhya Pradesh in 2017.
No,
and he won Madhya Pradesh. No, he wasn't sacked. He was not sacked by Sonia Ji. Those are fake reports. Kamal Nath Ji was...
Why did he resign?
Because Madhya Pradesh elections of 2017, and he wanted to stay in the state. In fact, let me tell you one step further. One step further. He was supposed to be the leader of the Congress in the House over Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. He even declined that because he wanted to take Madhya Pradesh Congress.
Or he was sacked by Sonia Gandhi because there were protests concerning the 1984 role he played in. That is the reason.
Okay, 1 second. All right, let's say what you're saying true. Who won 2017 Punjab? Congress won. Who won 2017 Madhya Pradesh?
Why was
Congress
Kamal Nath sacked?
Please, Congress won. It was part of their strategy, just like Murli Bhai is going to win.
That's not the moot point today. That's not the moot point today. The moot point today is Nautanki. Whether Kanya Pujan is Nautanki. And I want to ask Dr. Suman C. Raman. Dr. Suman C. Raman, when victim shamers are given tickets, you know, people are going to give, Congress party is going to give a ticket to somebody who actually protected his son so that the police could not arrest him even though he was a rape accused. The question is, what is respect for women? What is the mohabbat ki dukaan that we are talking about? Number one. And number two, my question is very, very simple. That the BJP ruled states may have had some similar issues. Yes, they've happened. Those issues have been debated on this channel, and we condemn each government, each chief minister who has ever dragged his feet on cases such as this. My only question is, why does nobody ever acknowledge the fact that these things, in terms of statistics as read out by Gaurav Bhatia, are done more in the state of Rajasthan than anywhere else? How many tweets have come out from Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra on this? Why is there selectivism is the question we are asking. And is a Hindu ritual, is women welfare, or is Nari Shakti only a tamasha, a Nautanki?
Okay. Navika, I've been very patiently listening for 30 minutes, so please give me just 2 minutes to make my points. Point number one, more number of rape cases reported from a state does not mean that is the state where more number of rapes are happening. It means more number of rapes are reported, and common sense will tell us that those are the states where people feel safe enough with and have confidence in the police force to go and report rapes. I'll give you a classic example. Take the National Health Survey data. You know, best performing states health-wise, you will get states with the least incidence of many diseases are Bihar, Jharkhand and so on. That is not the reality. All the so-called quote-unquote developed states are reporting high number of cases. Why are they reporting high number of cases? Because they have a better reporting system, because they have the better infrastructure in place. So if Rajasthan is reporting the most number of rapes in the country, it does not automatically mean Rajasthan has the most number of rapes happening in the country. It simply means that most number of rapes are being reported there. I think that it is very sad that, you know, this data is being used to paint or tar the state with a negative brush, when it in fact is an actual endorsement that the system actually is enabling women to report it. So I think it's ridiculous to use such data and tar the government.
Ridiculous to use such data on your first point. On your first point, hands are going up. Gaurav Bhatia first. Gaurav Bhatia first.
It does not mean...
Navika, I've never heard a more ridiculous reply.
Are outperforming all the developed states.
Please, we heard you. We heard you. Okay. Navika, you know, every viewer who's watching your program tonight would be actually laughing at the reply that has been given. There can't be a more ridiculous reply than the one given, that if the number of rape incidents or if there are incidents of physical abuse, then it is because the reporting is high.
Sense, the reply will be very clear.
Okay. I'm on limited time. Yes, Gaurav.
Please be quiet. But, yes. But I just want to give him a befitting reply. Say if what you are saying is correct. How do you pardon what Ashok Gehlot ji said? He said half the complaints given by the victims are false. How would you justify an MLA coming out and saying that I am not safe in the state of Rajasthan?
Let me give you the exact
How would you justify?
45%. This is not Ashok Gehlot. This is the Director General of Police. This is the Director General of Police of Rajasthan giving this data.
You know, I don't believe this. I don't believe this. We are now justifying higher number of cases registered in a state as a defense. As a defense that women are safe in that country, in that state. Anand Ranganathan, 10 seconds.
Navika, yes.
10 seconds. Navika, can I come?
Sure, after
DGP of Rajasthan, whether he said it or...
Anand Ranganathan. Yes.
Yes, I want to demolish this argument only by data. So please, I might require more than 10 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. Now look, did you know that the rape incidence rate of UP is 3.7 compared to Kerala's 10.7? Now, as Dr. Sumant Raman and others will argue, this is because there is more reporting of rape incidents in Kerala. Navika, it is vital that this nonsense be demolished here and now. For starters, there is no authoritative scientific study that suggests UP underreports compared to Kerala, except a limited, non-peer-reviewed analysis based on extrapolation of a 5-year-old limited survey of a limited age group. That too of all sexual assaults. Another excuse given is high literacy rate of Kerala leads to higher reporting. Well, Tamil Nadu literacy rate is a high 84%, but rape incidence is 0.9 compared to Kerala 10.7. Karnataka is 82%, but rape incidence rate is 1.5. Chhattisgarh with one of the lowest literacy rate of 70% has the highest rape incidence of 14.7. Also, 10 seconds. How will those absolve Kerala of having a crime against Dalit rate of 28.2, just lower than UP 28.6? Explain. Bengal having a crime against Dalit rate of 0.6, or is Didi's Bengal not reporting cases? What kind of nonsense is this being peddled here?
Logic completely warped in all of this. The only basic point is, are we taking women for granted? Are we just using this language so loosely, in such a manner that women and respect for women goes for a toss? Forget religious and ritualistic respect that should be given. On the other hand, when it is election time, while Digvijay Singh might be saying Kanya Pujan is actually Nautanki. Kamal Nath is trying to make up for it because he's worried that his Hindu vote should not be destroyed by Digvijay Singh and going to every single temple. Why does the Congress party not get together and decide what its strategy is? Do they believe that they are Hindus or that Hindu as a religion should be respected? Do they believe that women need to be respected? Then, if it is so, then they must actually rap Digvijay Singh on the knuckles for making the statements of Nautanki and Tanchmal. Because if they don't, then they're giving their thumbs up to actually showing women down. And that's something that people of India will definitely not digest, election time or no election time. We leave it at that for the moment. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.